Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Untamed Tarot video. Now, I'm very happy with this setup. Super cute. But yeah, so it's been a while, but I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent with my videos. You guys are going to start to see me doing a lot of daily videos. Which is going to have like all the signs and just like a quick 3-minute rundown of it once I get a lot better with like memorizing the cards. But right now we're going to do all of the water signs. So that is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpios. So yes, my soulmate is a Scorpio, and he's freaking awesome. Now this is just a general reading, so if you guys would like to see, if you guys want something more personal, like if you have a specific question for me, then feel free to message me on Instagram, and my Instagram is RAYNEFAE. Rain Fae. It's going to be in the description box below, so just in case if you don't know how to spell it. This is my deck here, and let's not make this video too long, and let's just get started in your reading. I know that a lot of the water signs, Two of Cups. Here we go, guys. Two of Cups. Oops. Wow. Two of Cups is kind of about sharing your joy and your success with others. It's about exchanging like your happiness. So let's figure out, let's get a little bit more insight. Oh my goodness, these cards are just falling out of my hand, sis. Damn. I don't even understand why it's gotta do all that. There's no more. All right, let us continue. That is the first card, Two of Cups. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm actually on quarantine right now, but okay, let's see. Message for Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces. Love, happiness, and consistency. Okay. Ace of Swords is your next card. Ace of Swords. Okay. And then your final card, guys, is... I feel like that's the one that wanted to come out, but we'll see. If it's not that one, then it's going to be something with a similar message to it, right? Okay. Message in regards to Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is your final card, guys. The Seven of Swords. I don't know what it is, but like literally whenever I have like, so far for the anytime I had like a Scorpio reading, I would always be getting the Seven of Swords. Like, what are you guys always up to sneakily? I feel like this is for a Scorpio. What are you guys always sneaking around doing? All right, so let's just get a better understanding of this. So we're gonna handle this with our trusty book here, just so that I am more in depth with the reading. So yes, The Two of Cups is basically a card of friendship. So maybe you're dealing with, it could be a lover, or it could be a platonic relationship, or even like, yeah, platonic. This indicates, you know, these two are sharing their cups with each other, right? They're sharing a symbol of their love and commitment to one another. Let's see. But it could also signify the development or the start of a new relationship, right? It's in its early stages. So maybe there's somebody that you're dealing with that, you know, you guys have been communicating a lot recently, and maybe this is a friend, or maybe this is a lover. You guys have gone through a rough patch, and now you seem to be working things out, communicating properly. It can also mean like reconciliation between you and somebody else. Maybe there's somebody in your life that is coming back to you, or trying to, you know, ease their way into something. The Two of Cups, as well as it can be about reconciliation and the budding start of a new relationship or friendship, or great communication, exchanging of information with each other. It can also symbolize the end or the destruction of one. Now, this card did not come in reverse, and I don't really read reverses because nope. And I mean, all the cards itself gives you a pretty good idea of the message that's trying to be conveyed to you, right? So it could either mean the souring of a friendship. So where are you in your life right now dealing with the people that you're dealing with, right? It could mean that for some of you, you are finding yourself developing some sort of platonic or romantic relationship with somebody. You might find yourself currently in a relationship and you're developing feelings for another person, or you know, you're talking to somebody who might have feelings towards you. But this is also can mean that your current relationship or friendship is souring, right? Maybe there's a negative emotion that's associated with the relationship that you're in right now, and it's bringing a lot of burdens and like low vibrational feelings into your relationship. One of two things: it's about communication. It was upright, so it might indicate that there needs to be some sort of commitment when it comes to talking, communicating your feelings or emotions, and trying to understand where your emotions are, so that the other person that you're communicating with will be aware. You know what I mean? You can't just feel something and then not convey that to another person and expect them like to just know. Some people are very intuitive, and being a water sign, you tend to be extremely intuitive, but not everybody is like that, right? So you need to have a little bit more of a communication open between the two of you, or three, or four. No. Your next card is going to be the Ace of Swords. It seems like it's about the beginning of something. Okay? So even though some of you might be going through a chaotic time with another person, or another person or a situation, right? It doesn't mean that something bad is, it doesn't mean that the negativity is going to be persistent, right? The Ace of Swords, a traditional meaning of this card is, out of something evil, something good will come, right? So maybe the communication between you two are kind of right? And you want to figure out a way to tell them, or to speak with them, or maybe somebody's trying to figure out a way to speak with you and grow something with you, right? And if you are that person who seems to find themselves in a bad situation where you're not happy, the person that you're dealing with isn't making you happy anymore, or you can't seem to make yourself happy, maybe you shouldn't focus too much on that, because it's important to remember that out of chaos is always something positive that can emerge, right? Whenever things go bad, whenever things go sour, the only way for it to get better is to persist through it or cut it off, right? Depending on whether or not it's worth being persistent for. In regards to these feelings, in regards to this exchange of feelings, or the beginning of something new, or maybe the end of something, the way to go about it would not necessarily be to allow your emotions to run free. No. This particular case, for whoever the message is conveyed towards, and like I said, if you need it to be a little bit more personal and you have a personal question, literally message me on Instagram. It's RAYNEFAE. I do 15-minute readings, I do 30-minute readings, and I can do an hour-long reading. And it's not that expensive, so it's like $10. So $10 for like a 10-minute, 15-minute reading. So, and it could be very helpful to you. But the way to go about doing this would have to be, you see, the swords are all about the element of air, intellect, thinking, being truthful, justice, and so forth, right? You need to communicate not through emotion, which tends to run water signs, right? You guys tend to be emotional, not in a bad way, but like emotions are emotions and everybody has them, right? It's just that you guys are more aware of your emotions than others are. So this is a time to communicate with the person that you're dealing with through intellect. Figure out how you feel about the situation first, right? Ask yourself whether or not it's beneficial to you, and how are you going to move on from these feelings. Come to terms with everything, because you can't keep communicating through emotion anymore. It's not really going to go anywhere, right? Emotions are always changing. So try to communicate to them with intellect, right? With sincerity and truth and justice, right? It makes life more interesting, maybe not easier. It might not necessarily be easier, right? Because the truth hurts sometimes, and some things ending or things growing can be chaotic and discombobulated, but it needs to be done. So speak, right? Think about it. Think about how you feel. Think about whether or not it's worth it. And don't try to do something sneakily. The Seven of Swords is about trying to get away with something sneakily. Don't try to communicate to someone or manipulate them to how you feel is right. People agree and people disagree, and that's completely fine. But it's all about accepting the fact that you are you and another person is them. And there needs to be some sort of middle ground as to you two understanding each other and not trying to control the other person's emotions or the other person's like way of thinking, right? Everything that you do in the dark will always come to light. Do not, you see this guy right here? This guy is literally running away. He's being sneaky. He's doing something that he knows he should not be doing. Sometimes you don't want to be doing that. Seven of Swords is about, let me tell you what the card says. No. Seven of Swords. right? So this person is being tactful, right? It suggests a deed that is done in secret, right? A stealthy and even underhanded action. So some of you might be trying to maybe get in the way of something. Maybe some of you are trying to, I feel like it has to do with manipulation. Some of you are trying to manipulate a situation, and it's not going to work out in the end. That's why the Ace of Swords is here, telling you that communication in this matter, because when we tend to deal with communication emotionally, we tend to try to manipulate the other person to feel how we feel. So when we are angry and we're trying to communicate with someone, we want them to feel our anger. So it's a form of manipulating them into feeling how we feel. And that will never solve the situation. You can't be angry at someone and then communicate to them angrily and not get back that anger, unless you're dealing with someone who's very very woke and they understand that. But it seems like in this particular case, for the two sides of this, right, if you're dealing with someone and you want to, you know, it's a new thing, right, a new relationship, a new friendship, and you don't know how to communicate that to them, be honest, right? Be honest. If it's the end of a relationship or the end of a friendship and you're having mixed feelings about things and you both don't know how to communicate with each other, be honest. Think, right? Use your brain. Think about it. Speak about it. Speak about how you're feeling. Communicate that properly. Don't let your emotions come in between the way that you communicate with another person. Right? Take some time to relax and calm down. If I feel upset about something, right, it might take me a day or 2 days or 3 days or even a week, a month, or whatever the case is, before, depending on how serious it is, before I speak about it, right? Because I understand that sometimes when we are being burdened with like a strong emotion or a strong feeling, it conveys itself and it's a form of manipulating. Sometimes it could be a form of manipulating a situation, right? On the other hand, the Seven of Swords also means that it's also a form of discretion as well. So a positive interpretation of the Seven of Swords is just to remind you of the wisdom of acting cautiously or with diplomacy, right? Don't reveal your hand too readily. For example, if you have an idea about a product or something or a business idea, use your discretion. So be discreet, right? And be careful about being too free and too open. I would say in terms of the way that you're going to communicate, right? Be very careful, be cautious, and be loving and kind about the way that you are going to communicate your feelings and your intentions, right? Don't try to be sneaky about anything. Be honest, be open, be cautious, and most importantly, be understanding. Mainly for yourself. The more that you understand yourself and your feelings and how to communicate this with others, is the easier it's going to be on you emotionally, right? Communicate properly, truthfully, openly, honestly, but also use your discretion as to whether or not you're oversharing certain information. If the person that you're dealing with tends to be sneaky or tends to want to hurt you because they're feeling hurt, use your discretion with that, okay? That is your reading for today. If you would like something that's more personal, like I said before, message me on Instagram. It is RAYNEFAE, Rainfae, on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day. Bye.